If I say these words, tell me what you guys think of. Focused, progressive, spiritual, guided, Vispanyana, meta, body, lips, loving, rose, breathing, dark, fire, heart, sound. I'm still going. Nidra, chanting, mindfulness, movement, visualization, transcendental, zen. What do you guys think of when I say all of those words?
Higher level existence.
What else?
That's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words. Now, when I ask you guys what is meditation, what do you think of?
Connection to the mind and body.
Spirit, connection to mind and body,
And spirit.
silence. All of those words I listed before are different types of meditations. And if we think of what the point of this whole weekend was, it's to create some space from the chaos to calm your mind. And then also to align yourself with your true self, right? How do we align ourselves with our true self now using tools that we've learned from Switch with his You Matter course? What are the 7 areas that we're going to constantly be checking in on to align ourselves? All right, DJ said people and pets. What else? Provision, pastimes, physical health, place. What else? Psychological. We're going to ask ourselves when a thought arises, should we think about this thought? And that's what either gets us in trouble or leads us to our goals, is thinking. Sometimes thinking turns into what? Ruminating or doubting. It can become negative. How do we know when it's time to think and when it's time not to think? If it is going to fill one of those 7 gas gauges, let's use that trigger that made us have that thought, and let's think about that thing so we can fill that gas gauge and stay true to alignment of who we are, right? But if all of a sudden I go, thought pops up and it doesn't align with any of those 7 things we just listed, and I continue to think about it, is it leading me towards my goals? Probably not. How do I get myself out of it? That's what we're going to learn right now. I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which means that I've been through multiple traumatic instances in my life that I will ruminate on and will keep me from living a fulfilled life. They're pulling me out of being fulfilled. What my therapist taught me was to, number 1, find 5 things you can see. Right now, everybody look around and find things that you can see. Ready, go. Give me 1, Jonathan. What do you got? All right, give me 2. Horse trailer. Give me 3. Tree. Give me 4.
Hey, dude, shoes.
Hey, dude, choose. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. While we were doing that, while you're looking, were you thinking about anything else besides trying to find something to look for? Were you worried about your finances? Were you thinking about your wife? Were you thinking about, no, right? It could pull you out of that fast, but sometimes it doesn't. So then we go to 4, and that's 4 things that I can touch. Go ahead and touch 4 different things. Got myself, I got the grass, I got my hat, I got this wristband, and I got this watch. While you were touching those 4 things, did you think about your finances? You guys understand where I'm going with this, right? It's supposed to pull you out of rumination and pull you into the present moment. Then we've got 3 things that we can hear, 2 things that we can smell. Earlier, Switch talked about OODA loops: observe, orient, decide, and act. And if we think about it, we're observing a thought that pops up, orienting ourselves. Does this align with our 7 areas in our gas tank or not? You're not running from anything. You're not even necessarily trying to change anything. You're recognizing what is reality in this moment, and you're using things around you to orient yourself to your own reality. So the whole point of this lecture is to help you do things to orient yourself to homeostasis. So when you feel dysregulated, you can be like, hey, what's something I hear? What's something I could touch? What's something I could smell? What's something I could taste? Last thing I'm going to leave you with, I want everybody to write this stuff down, because these are the actions that you're going to take each day to regulate your nervous system so that you don't have to do all this meditating all the time. So the first thing that you guys are going to do has to do with your circadian rhythm. You're going to look at the sun 3 times every day. When it's coming up, when it's at the highest point, and when it's going down. Why? Why do we want to do that?
Oh, you said circadian rhythm already.
Yeah, right?
But it changes throughout the year, too. So it's like, for me, the sun will change in the winter in Wisconsin, and all of a sudden I'll notice I'm all out of whack. And it's because it's been getting darker earlier. And it takes me like 6 months or 6 weeks to realize that.
Because you're in what type of an environment at work? Office environment.
Under
Do
the
you
same
get,
light, yeah.
yes, your body thinks it's noontime all day long because that's where the lights are. Always above you, always in the highest part of the sky. So you get outside when the sun's going down and your body goes, oh shit, it's not 12, it's 3, it's 5, it's 8, it's whatever. And as its season changes, as long as you get outside 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night, your body will orient itself to that season change as well. You'll get tired more earlier. Your body will secrete melatonin quicker. It'll start to just recognize the changing colors. The other thing is for your circadian rhythm is your environment, and I was talking about your sleep environment. Raise your hand if you have a TV in your room. You're not going to get in trouble for it, but just be honest. Be honest. Get rid of that motherfucker.
It's huge.
Get the great. Take it to the gym and use it as a check-in device or something or whatever. But what is the bedroom for? 2 things. And don't need a TV for either of those things. Maybe we could say one of them. Maybe you're into some weird Diddy stuff, but ideally no TV in the room. Why? Again, has to do with color. Light. Blue light makes our body think noontime, secretes cortisol. Cortisol is the hormone that keeps you awake. Ground yourself daily. So the earth carries a negative charge and the atmosphere is full of positive charge. So if you could just get your feet on some freaking dirt for like a couple seconds every day, it'll help get rid of that nervous energy that's sitting on your body. It'll help bring it back down to homeostasis. So ground yourself. Then when you exercise, it is very, very, very important that you warm up properly and that you cool down properly. Probably more important that you cool down properly, honestly, than it is that you warm up properly. And I know that's controversial, but because if you don't warm up, how hard can you really hit a workout? Like you're going to be like, oh, time to go, but you're all older here, so it's going to be like, can't really go. And then as you go, you'll get warm. But then if we go from that fight and flight, like CrossFit style workout, going as hard as we can to just in the car back to all of the rest of life stresses, our body never comes out of that fight and flight, what's called the sympathetic nervous system. How do we get ourselves out of this sympathetic nervous system? We have to bring our heart rate back down. We have to get the blood that's in our extremities to go to our gut, and that takes time. So a good cool down is just like a couple minutes on a bike, getting a foam roller on your legs, something like that, doing a couple arm circles, taking a couple deep breaths, making sure you can operate a motor vehicle before you walk out of the gym, and then leaving will help regulate your nervous system a ton. But just going straight from like a hard workout into the rest of your life will keep you in that sympathetic nervous state, which just means that the blood is not getting to the gut, so you can't digest food very well. It's just sitting in your extremities so that you can fight and ready to think and do all those things. So we got to get the blood back into there. Another good one you could do is just lay down, put your feet up on a wall, and just lay there with your feet up on a wall. It'll force gravity to push the blood into the gut. It'll force you into parasympathetic nervous state. And if you just take longer out breaths, which is the last one, breath. If you take a longer out breath and an in breath long enough, so done for enough sets, you will pull yourself out of the sympathetic nervous state and into the parasympathetic nervous state. So this is what, yes, Switch was talking about where he just does that shh. And I always think of, okay, I'm freaking out, right? I just did a hard workout. I'm freaking out. I'm thinking about the wheel that's turning me into whatever. I'm thinking about whatever. I just want to shh. So do that with me 3 times. Like you have a baby in your arms and you're rocking that baby to sleep. You guys can feel the calmness. You can feel the reset, right? As long as you just breathe out longer than you breathe in, eventually you get to the point where you can do that for about 5 or 6 seconds, you'll be able to calm down that nervous system. And the last one I got for you guys is your immune system. So we've got the circadian rhythm, we got the central nervous system, which is what we just talked about. And the last thing, and this is it, and we're completely done with the weekend, is your immune system. And that's number 1, to focus on the circadian rhythm stuff. Number 2, to focus on the central nervous system stuff. And then number 3, to focus on your gut microbiome. Raise your hand if you take prescription medications, ibuprofen, Advil, or Tylenol more than 3 times a week. You need to work on your gut microbiome. Prescription medications, ibuprofen, Advil, one of the main things that they do is keep your body from secreting a mucus gut membrane that surrounds that gut microbiome. Why would they want to get rid of that mucus membrane? What would allow the drug to do quicker? Get through the gut barrier and into the bloodstream quicker so that you can get the fast-acting results of those drugs faster. So it tells the body, stop secreting that mucous membrane that's there to protect the gut microbiome. So have you guys ever seen, have you guys ever seen tripe in the grocery store? It's cow stomach, and it's in those folds. It's like it's all folded up, you know, it looks like that. But if you've never seen it, go check it out. But that is what your stomach looks like. The inside, it's all these little folds that do this. So the last thing, fiber. Eat good fiber. How do you get fiber?
Vegetables.
What else? Trees, veggies. So if you think about it, eat this stuff. If it has hooves, clack, 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 wings, or flippers, eat it. If it comes from the ground or a tree, eat it. Get rid of the prescription medications, eat real food, and bring in fermented foods. Fermented foods like kimchi and pickled vegetables, things like that. Those three will help rebuild your gut microbiome. Why is that important? 90% of the drug or the hormone serotonin, have you guys heard of that one? It's like the stuff that just makes you feel like, hey, life's good. Somebody's like, how's life? You're like, oh, it's good. It's good. Can't really complain. It's not dopamine. That's like, yeah, life is great. This camp was amazing. It's like, how was camp? It was good. It was really good. That's serotonin. 90% of that is produced in your gut microbiome. So if you feel depressed, if you feel anxious, and you don't know why, start with your gut. Because why? You can actually act on that. So do this shit and reap the rewards of it, you guys. Because it changed my life. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. 100%. If it wasn't for WeBUS, I would not fucking be standing here. So Flair, it's not just, hey, give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair. You got to warm it up. So bring it on in. And how do you warm it up? The closer you get, the warmer you get. So bring it in, bring it in, bring it in close, bring it in close, bring it in close, bring it in close. All right, here we go, boys. End this camp the right way. Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.